Hi, Wassila. So nice to have you here with me today.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's my It's a pleasure for me to be here, and I'm like ready to start with you this experience.
Very nice. Well, we have Wassila all the way from France. So she's in Paris
Yeah.
right now. And we have a very exciting brand that we are going to be analyzing today as a customer experience, as an identity, also as a voice of how you portray your brand. Whether it comes to social media or through your events or through even your marketing and campaign. So, Wasil, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, about your brand.
So my name is Wassila. I'm the founder of Influente Women. So it's online community who aim to give a voice to women from the MENA region, from the region. The idea behind Influent was to give tools to women to be empowered. Like when I start, empowerment wasn't like the key hashtag and the key word for everyone. I feel that it became a trend. But when I start, really what I wanted to do is to have a platform where every topic that a woman needs in her life, she can find it in one space. And from that, I created a social private club um, that actually gathered women who have the same interest, and we create different activation when we connect those women with different brands or with themselves, meaning like they can just meet and network and exchange. And my second company is Influent Agency, and it's just a marketing company. Um, and I'm focusing on women only. Like I want to help women who own business, and I want to help brands to understand better women.
Excellent. Well, it's a very nice platform, and I
Thank
have
you.
actually worked with you on events that we did, which was a beautiful experience.
Thank you so
It was
much.
unique for me, even though I was a speaker, but it was also a unique experience for me. So I love your creativity.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So today I'll walk you through how the process will go. So first we will talk about more about your personality. So I will ask you general questions um, about what you like, of course your favorite color, since this is all based on color, and also in terms of your ambition. What do you want to achieve that represents you through your business? After that, we will go through, we can even discuss certain things you would like to maybe ask me questions about, and why this process would be important for every brand to do, actually, to get a color analysis. And then we will see what we can apply to both the websites that you have in terms of your event platform and also your agency platform. And this way we will first of all like analyze what would be certain colors you may need to change or what colors are working and you need to keep. How do we section have the customer experience when they are online? Okay.
Okay.
All right, so great. So first I will ask you the famous question, which is what is your favorite color and why?
Okay. Actually, I have two favorite colors. I love the emerald green,
Yes.
like what you are wearing today, and I love black. And I think black is what I tend to wear more, and green is what is attracting me when I go shopping, for everything, for furniture, for clothes. Green is the color that attracts me a lot.
Attracts you. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the feeling that you get when you see the color green?
I don't know. I feel it's comforting. I don't know it's in English. Like I feel more relaxed, and I don't know. I like this color. I like it so much that I'm thinking to redesign my bedroom and include some green on it.
Well, green is a very good color for a bedroom, so
Oh, really?
you will do
Because
well.
right now,
Yes,
basically, my bedroom is gray,
yes,
and I feel that it's like because I never have time to work on it,
yes.
and like more I'm going to buy stuff for my home, more I go to green
Green.
and like neutral color.
Yes, and it is very complementing actually with the gray you have. So green would be a good color. And you said you like the color black. What do you feel when you wear the color black or when you see the color black?
For me, black is luxury.
And how often do you wear black? That's the question.
I think every day.
Every day. Okay,
I
so
think it's every day, but I'm trying to match it with color, because if I'm wearing all black,
yeah,
it's probably too, too strong, and it could be like too neutral, like too not enough from my personality.
yes.
So I'm trying to bring some color on when I'm wearing black, but most of the time I end up having full look in black.
Okay.
With a little bit of white.
But you do tend to like to mix colors
Yeah.
together. Okay, great. In terms of now, we have a lot of time on our hands. So I would say, what is your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing?
Okay, my hobbies is really weird. Like I realized with this lockdown that I love to watch political debates. Like, this is something that I really like. I never have time to do it properly, but right now I feel that I was watching everything that happened with Obama
Okay.
from what is happening with Trump.
Yeah.
Then I went back to what is happening in France.
Yes.
And then I start to watch what is happening in the UAE.
Right.
And I felt that this is something that I like. I don't think that I'm smart enough to go study like about politics, like not smart enough, but like focused enough and passionate enough to make it a job. But this is something that I really like to do.
That's your idea. So you're
Yeah.
curious to research a lot about this subject.
Yeah.
And do you like movies? Do you like watching movies?
Yeah, but I'm more into documentary than movies. My attention is more focused on a documentary. When I put a movie, I tend to watch my phone
Yes,
and
you
do
get
stuff on the side. Yeah.
right. And what about music? Do you like to listen to music?
Yeah. Of course, music is my life. Music is every day for
And,
me.
and what type of music do you enjoy?
I listen a lot of hip hop, R&B. Uh, I actually I can listen everything that is like matching with my mood.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in the morning I prefer classic music because it's more relaxing, and when I need energy, I tend to make music to listen music that give me energy. So
So it varies. You have
yeah,
a variety of things. Okay. And do you like reading books?
yes, yes.
What subject matters interest you?
Social. If it's not marketing and communication for my job to keep in trends and understand what is happening in this market, I tend to read a lot of a book about like social activism, human rights. I like also biography
Yeah.
because I want to understand how different stories of people can make sense with the context of um, what is happening right now. For example, in my country, in France. So this is what like I can't read just a story like a romantic story or so,
So fiction, like you can
yeah,
like
fiction. No, I
real
can't.
real
No.
stories, like life stories.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so great. Actually, I have a good background now of the combination actually of personalities that you may be. Now let's go into your company. Tell me your story. What made you think of creating this business?
So I was based in Paris, and I was working for a marketing company um, specialized in luxury and fashion. And they were like we had big brainstorming, and we were always talking about how women um, is pursued for brands, how we can target women. And at one point in France, the Middle Eastern women were always a subject because they were coming to Paris to consume a lot of luxury brands, and they were like the big target. When we were starting to work on the summer campaign, we were always talking about how to target Middle Eastern. And every time a colleague was like pitching something, it was cliché, like the Middle Eastern woman, she spends a lot, she's always wearing hijab, she's hiding herself, her husband is taking decision for her, she's not working, she's a housewife. I was like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
that's true. I mean, the women that are part of affluent women are so dynamic,
Yeah.
Arab women. So I'm sure you must have been shocked with these ideas.
Yeah. And then I start to pitch the idea of having a campaign for powerful women, independent, powerful women, and like matching this idea with the Middle East, for them, it wasn't compatible.
Right.
So I went across, like I had to make a lot of studies. I have to find facts, show them profile, find articles, and I was like trying to defend my girl.
Yes.
And at one point, it came, like the idea came in my head that it's not about targeting and just trying to understand those women. It's about those women having the power to make the success for those brands. And this community of women, if they all said that this bag would be the it bag, they make the trends, they make their choice, and it's not the brands who. So I just create my own company, like I just quit my job, create this company. And I had like, there is a lot of contests in Paris where you can just go with your idea, pitch it, and then if they like it, they help you to create your company. So this is what I did. I win a contest, and I had the right to use my company ideas inside a big department store in France. And I prove with numbers, with facts, that what I was telling was true, and that creating a community of women, giving them the choice to tell you what they like, why, what is their lifestyle, why they need this product, why they like this color, why they like this brands, this bag. This is how you can make the success of your brand, because you listen first.
Yes, that's very true. You have to listen to the customer. That's always what I mention, especially when we're creating a new brand. I'm like, all your answers are in your target customer. Yeah.
Exactly. You need to understand them, listen to them, and stop thinking about those facts that you have in books. Because when you have, like, when you do marketing and you target women, you have, or you target them because they are young, or you target them, in France we say la ménagère, like the one who is taking decision for the home, but she's the one who watch TV in the middle of the afternoon because she doesn't have a job and she has free time during the afternoon. And this is not, like, I think that now we are in 2020, things are changing, and when you think about targeting women, it's more like deeper than just having two categories.
Yes.
So to understand and to make them feel that you understand them, you need to connect with them.
Right.
So this is why I created Influente. And when I tried my project in France, it was working well. And I realized that the women who were interacting with us were from Dubai. So I decided to move my company to Dubai and start the community from Dubai, grow it. And from this, many projects like was built around, and let's see, now I'm still working on it. And this is how I start, because I wanted to have my word and say the truth, because I felt that it was like the vision that like the vision that European brand, and especially luxury brands, sometimes the vision they have like for women in the Middle East is really wrong, and it's not actually the reality. And this is something that I think the media also support a lot in Europe and in the US also. And everyone think that because, like, they also are really confused between Dubai, like the UAE, the Saudi, the different community, the different tradition, they don't have the knowledge, they don't understand.
Yes, very true. And I mean, you have now interacted with all the GCC women, and you can see even as per region, the way we are are
Mm-hmm.
different. Each one is representing something, that represents the Arab woman. So it's very true, and I like it because you kind of also, it's the same message that I have, which is expressing your true self. So you're
Exactly.
representing women of all forms, as you said. You're representing the mother, you're representing the stay-home mom with a business, you're representing a CEO. So you're representing all, actually. Yeah, very true. So
Yeah.
very nice. I love the story.
Thank you.
So tell me more about, um, where do you see the company going? How do you want to grow your company?
For the Influent Women part, for the community, my main goal from day one is to open a space and have a space dedicated to women, where women can come, interact with different women, they can support each other. And also this place will be a new platform where they can just have me time, go there, it's women only. We just stop everything and we focus on ourselves. Like, it's for networking for work, but also it could be networking because I'm a new mom and I need advice. I need to meet new moms or moms that have more experience than me, and I need feedback, like, how did you did that? What kind of school did you choose? How did you choose this school? It's also a space that I want to focus for mental health, to have like professional who can give advice, who can help support, direct women um, to go in a more healthy uh, direction. And like this space, I see it like a 360 degrees action. Like you go there, but you can find whatever you need for your life. It's like you go there and you can do your hair, have a drink with your friend, meet new people, have access to information, because I would like to have talks, I would have to have a workshop. You go there because you want to have fun, you want to shop, you want to discover a designer, you want to support women who has business, and you want to understand what they are doing, why they did open this business, what kind of product they are offering. Like, it's the dream goal is
Yeah,
this.
yeah, and it's
Now, to
we have
achieve
grown.
this,
Yes, it's very true, and we have grown. Honestly, like, you have seen the experience in Dubai, that a lot of us, because we support each other, that's how we have been able to progress. And
exactly.
through our networks, as you said, even as a support group, I do agree that it's very much necessary, and especially in this day and time, we do need support groups for each other. And as you said, only a person who's experienced it can support you and give you actual advice, real life advice. So
Yeah.
that is beautiful.
And I
And
think you have this in social media, but the thing with social media, it's like it's difficult to trust. And
yes,
I think that we need a space where real connection is taking over the digital. Even if digital is good, I think we need also more real connection. We need to meet, we need to sit, we need to listen each other, discuss with each other. And I think it's like, if I go to a coffee shop, obviously I will not talk with the lady next to me because I don't know her. But if I see this, like how I see my, like this idea of this private club is that if I go to the private club and I sit next to someone in the coffee shop, I can talk with her because we are from the same community
yes,
and we are looking for the same things and we have the same values and we share the same ideas. So it will be more easy.
yes,
So it's also to reconnect people with reality that I would like to have like a physical space.
yes. So it's more like a safe and creative environment you're creating.
Exactly.
Yes, excellent. Great. So this is good. Now I have more of a feel, and especially the colors that would work really well with your brand. Very much, there's certain also words that resonate, that are coming up as we speak, whether it is what you speak about yourself or what you speak about your platform. There is something repetitive that's coming here, which is like, number one, the right representation of an Arab woman, I would say. Number two is the connection and support of women as a community. And third would be, for sure, the growth of this platform on more an international basis, but for people to really understand the Middle Eastern woman.
Yeah.
So have I covered the key points here?
Yes. Yes.
All right, great. So I'll tell you a little bit actually about what now we analyzed about your personality and how it actually fluctuates into your brand. You are a combination of, I would say, a firelight and a starlight personality. So the firelight personality is this passion that you have of research, the passion that you have about like really understanding different cultures. And I'm sure you love traveling. That is a key thing about the
Yeah.
firelight personality. Yes. And a lot of substance. There's a lot of substance from the firelight personality, and they're very giving to supporting the community. Now, your starlight side is your more business side, I would say. So it's more your analytical side, more the side of how you have actually created the order and sequence of how to prove that your business is something that is needed, number one, and number two, that it's something that is credit and authentic. So that's the starlight side. And the key thing about the starlight also, they love the color black. That's why I was telling you, how often do you wear black? So here you can see like your personality has come into your brand. So when I told you to speak about your brand, these were the exact characteristics that came out. So what we will do now is I will share screen here with you.
Okay.
We can first go with your event website, and
Okay.
we can little bit walk through the site and see how that goes. So we will share the screen here first. So here, when we look at your website, very much, actually, I do see the firelight colors and representation, as we said, of the different groups that you are representing as overall as women. The pink here is, yes, very representative of a women's group, but what we said here is that it is very feminine, but yes, it's playful. And your platform is something, I wouldn't say serious, but it's something that is, as I said, a person with substance. So you need a color that's deeper representing that. So you could go towards the pinks, but you would go more toward the deeper pink.
Okay.
So something that like close to like a Bordeaux, between the very
Okay.
deep red and the pink element in it. So here you have a warmer color, you have more substance in it. Now, in the color combination of the two groups, now in the firelight, there is no black. So their black would be a deep brown, a deep green, or a deep navy blue. Now, in the starlight, here they have more very bright, solid colors. So you would have your black, you would have your white, you would have gray, you would have like a very fuchsia pink. So here, where you see home, that is a fuchsia pink that goes with the black. But the soft pink wouldn't go with this palette. The soft
Okay.
pink would be representing a different palette. So here you can see the contrast. So what we can do here is we can have more of a deeper color, yet it is not giving that very authoritative look, because the black, yes, it represents luxury. It is about elegance. It's also about authority. But unfortunately, when you're communicating emotion or you're communicating connection, the black creates a barrier. So we can here do a simple thing of making the black into like a deeper color. So you could, of course, we could have a look at the combination depending on what is the key color that you would say represents your brand. And then we would contrast it with what is opposite in the color wheel, which is where we put the detailing of this, the lines here that we have, the fonts, the color of the fonts that we use. Now, here we have the different events that you have done, and also the contact and information. So for example, like say we go to the events here.
So
Okay.
it's not the events here, it's the content.
Yes.
Because I have like it's more like like I'm trying to have this platform more like an online magazine. So I'm creating content. Of course, I'm sharing about the events, but
Yes.
I also have subject like content that focus on subject that can help women.
So yes, exactly. So here, first of all, it's very good that first you are showing the content of the different aspects of a woman's life that you're addressing.
Mm-hmm.
So here you're representing somebody who is the first woman pilot. Then you are representing people in fashion. You're representing events. So you have a variety, which is great because you're representing all kinds of women. It's very good. What we need here now is more of focused, actually, content in terms of categories. So
Okay.
when we represent here different, so say we represent business, as you said, we have all the different categories. Now, each actually category will represent a certain color. So when we talk about business here, what we can do is the framing that you have here, which is beige, can be in a light blue color. So here,
Okay.
the blue represents stability, communication, intellectual, because blue is an intellectual color. Now, when we come to say lifestyle, so lifestyle is something that is more playful. So here we can use yellow. Then we have style. So for style here, if we are going to have the black into our branding, you can use black here because that's fashion sophistication. So here you can see that you can pick certain colors. So you can have your image, but you can have a border that represents the message that you are giving.
Like,
Also here, like we have the interviews that you have. So here we have, you have different subjects. So what you can do here, as we said, we can do the category. So, you know, one box, if it's something related to only business, we can have it blue. And then all the blogs concerning businesses can go under that. Something that's more like creative, we can have it more in the yellow. So that can go more into that category. So here you are representing different like parts of the business through color. Now, the next one we have here is the industry one, which is the agency that you have.
mhm.
Okay, so now that is great, where you want to show that it's a very sophisticated, high-end agency that has to do with fashion, style, and empowered women. So black will work well here. However, now here when we come to now the categories, the blue that we have used here is too strong. So say a person is now going to stay for a period of time to see the different services you have on your website. So here you need to have something that is softer or represents the different categories. So
Okay.
for home, you can have the color that is your key brand color. So that one color that represents what your brand is. For services here, we can have it like yellow because it has to do with friendliness, with interaction. For portfolio, we can go for more of maybe a purple because it's more about your passion here. So or even red, you can go both ways. So if you want something that's more intellectual and more luxury, we would go towards the purple. But if you want something that is more about passionate, the drive that you have, then you would go towards the red. So here is the call to action. This now, the contact is your call to action. So this is where you want your client to take action, make a booking, call you. So this is a color that we would use always, the color red, and it can be a deep red in this case with the palette, because this would push them into being curious to take the action because it's a physical action color, the red. So here's how we can go through that. Then when we go to home, so now in this sector for the agency, I would say your pink and black is working very well because it's representing the two key messages that you are giving out as an agency, which represents the services. For your social, you would need something that's more towards the firelight palette, which think of more of an autumn palette, because that has to do more with um, more social interaction, more communication and connection with the community, more society. Here in this sector, when we're talking about the affluent agency, we're talking about services. We're talking about how dynamic the services are, how strong you are in what you do. So you can see now how two sides of your personality are taking the two sections of your business. So
Yeah.
your affluent women is more your firelight personality, and then your more dynamic and more corporate side, which is the starlight, is more the agency. So are these clear? Is there anything that you'd like to ask in the process of the website?
It's clear, but I have a question actually, because it was the big discussion I had with myself and with the people who surround me. Is like, whenever you want to target women, everyone goes for pink. And when I started Influent, my branding was totally different. When I started Influent, my branding was like full black and white, and I had like a marble pattern because marble was my thing.
Yes.
and more I was moving into growing the company, more people were like asking me why it's not pink, why, like, you're talking about women. See, when we create campaign about um, you know awareness about the breast cancer,
Yes.
it's pink. When we have this big platform who create like content for the woman empowerment, it's pink. So you should have pink in your branding. And first I was like, yeah, no, my thing is to have black and white, and then the other color who will come to um, pops like in the website will be will be the picture, the clothes that the ladies is wearing, and the rest has to be for me black and white. And then, like, I think 1 month ago, 2 months ago, I decided to start to rethink about my branding, and I was reading a lot. And there is two, I will say there is two opinion. One will say go for pink because pink represents woman, and it's clear when someone see pink, they think woman. They
Yes.
don't even think it's woman. But if you go to black and white, yes, it's good because it's luxury. It's all the branding from the luxury brands, like use this key color black and white. But then it means that you can target women and men. You're not specific.
Yes.
So I decided to bring some pink. And as you said, the pink and black for the Influent agency was working in my mind.
Yes.
Like, I liked it. But on the other side, for the Influent Woman website, I was like, yeah, I have to put pink, but I wasn't sure.
It's
And now,
connecting.
yeah,
Yes. And
yeah, I felt that something was wrong, but I couldn't say I don't like it.
yes.
It's not that I don't like it. It doesn't feel good for the brand.
Yes.
And then I was like waiting to have this discussion with you, because it's like, I feel sometimes when we discuss, when we create a brand, we think about the name of the brand, we think about what we're going to say, how we're going to say it, but we it's difficult to visualize
Yes.
how to say it with color. And people don't really read, they see first, they see the color. Like, I feel that there is vibration when you see something, it attracts your eyes. It's not because the text is good and it's well written, it's because it's the color.
Yes.
So I was curious to see how you're gonna analyze this page, because I had a feeling that I needed to change something, and now it's more clear.
Yes. And what actually I will conclude, uh, in some businesses when it comes to branding, yes, the key, I would say the mother company is giving the same message, but then it depends on what kind of service that you are giving. So, like in some branding companies, I would tell them, okay, you can have it as in different services. It would fall under one color group, or
Mhm.
what the logo would represent. But some companies, yes, the message is the same, but then the identity is different. So for you, actually, what you have done, where you have separated the agency from your event company, is correct, because you would get your customer confused, because you have one big, very loyal sector, which is
Mhm.
your events, and which, as you said, is more of a community, more of a safe platform that people interact with. But your agency is more on the research side, more on the business side. So it's more of a service that they are providing. You see, so here is where it is very good, and actually you've done a good start where you have separated it. Now,
Okay.
with your agency, honestly, I see the branding is very good, and
Thank
it
you.
is working. And as you saw, even on the website when we were looking at it, everything blended very beautifully. It is only like the page when we went to the categories, as I said,
Mhm.
the colors were a bit too harsh, so we would go a bit toned down that matches the palette that is part of the Starlight personality. Now, for the affluent moment, it is not that you have to change completely the website.
Yeah.
It is very key little colors that we tweak. Now, here, when you said that people think pink is the color for women and this represents women, it's actually not true, because that is all the brainwash of color symbolism. Like through society and history, we have been brainwashed that like pink is for women and blue is for boys.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. We have actually three different colors that represents more the passion that we have as a connection, or love, I would say. So green is a universal color of love, which is something that would work very well for your event, because that's the message you are giving. It is universal, the 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 message that you're giving about the women, but at the same time, as we said, you're connecting, you're spreading the love of this communication. So green would be a very strong color that I feel would represent that brand very well. Then we have the pink, which is more emotional. Now, the reason why they also used like pink, as you said, for breast cancer, because pink is a color of survival of the species. That's why they have picked that color for breast cancer, because it helps the patient to survive the emotional experience that they go
Yeah.
through. It lifts them up. So that's the pink representation. And then we have the red, which is more like passion, more physical, more action. So this is where we have the three representation of these strong emotions that you are trying to give towards. But definitely, I would have green, and actually, the green that you said you like would be an amazing green for the affluent women website.
In social media, before to switch to pink, I tried to have a green phase, but like I didn't see people interacting more with the space when it was green, and when I switched to pink,
Yeah,
I saw more like people understood more what I was doing, because this is also what is difficult with my platform, is that in the UAE it's kind of brand new. Like we don't, like they have ladies club, but we don't have a platform done like this. So when I had to explain what I was doing, people were like, okay, I get it, but I'm not sure. But so that's why choosing the good color for me was a key a strategy, because I feel that it's helped people to connect. And I wanted to really keep the green, but I felt that people were asking me, are we talking about, like, are you talking about women and like how to be vegan, how to be more sustainable, how to be, and I'm like, that's not on, that's that, but not only that. And it's truly what I had, like as a DM, I had women asking me like, your platform is about sustainability and women? Is
yeah.
it about uh, like a support group to be vegan? I'm like, it could be, but not only.
Not, no,
So do
that's
not,
now
yeah,
this is, you see, this is the mistake we make where we pick one color and that is it, that we think
yeah,
represents the brand. It doesn't. And especially with your brand, it has so many different like levels to it. So
agree.
basically, here's where I told you you can stick with the pink, but you can go more with a deeper pink.
Mm,
You see? So and if you combine it, like actually currently what I'm wearing and my background is exactly the colors that would work well with your brand.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
See, so this is like more of a deeper pink,
Yeah,
and then you have the green. So this way you're still maintaining the feminine woman side with the pink, but at the same time you have the green, which has more the depth. And we go more actually with these earth tones. Why? Because you're also representing Middle Eastern women, so you have
yeah,
to represent colors that represent also the Middle East. And why the firelight personality is best suited actually for your platform, because the firelight personality, the source or where it is associated with is the Middle East and Mediterranean. So these colors that you will use will attract that target market, and that is your target market. You see? So
mhm,
this is how you have to keep in mind when it comes to branding. Number one, the identity of the person or the owner, or actually the message. Because I always even say with a company, I always tell them, describe to me your brand as a person. What would be their character?
mhm,
See? So that's number one. Then number two is that you identify what is the vision that you have, where do you see this, and how do you want to address it. So you have to grow. So the messages that you are giving out in every stage has to grow with you. And then finally, you see who is your target market. Once you have all this information, that is when you do your logo, you do your website. So a lot of the back end research is basically all the information you need in order to develop your logo, your website, even your social media, because that research that you have done is actually the content for your social media.
yeah, sure.
So
That's really interesting.
yes, yeah. Do you
Yeah.
have any other questions?
I think we need to talk again in 1 month, and I will redesign my website. But it's give me like more a clear vision of what I should, how I should communicate better the the voice of my company, and this is difficult when, I think, especially when you have a small business and you have a small team, and when you start, like, you brainstorm but with yourself, and you don't have
Yes,
people who can guide you. I think taking those decisions, it's the most difficult. And I think if I can give an advice, it's like, don't be scared to change your branding until you feel that it's the right one.
yeah,
Because I know people sometimes they feel that I start like this, now I have to stick to this because people know me like this. I don't think that it's the good way to go. You should, like, go and work on your branding until it's the good one and people understand you and you feel also happy about what you are communicating.
that's
So
true.
I'm gonna move again and try to, because I like the idea of having some green with this deep pink, and the meaning behind is much stronger than having just a pink, because people think that pink is for women.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it, and I feel that more brands should, like, take more time to think about this, because we have a lot of misunderstanding about color. As you said, like, to have blue for boys, pink for ladies, or green because it's sustainable. You
yeah,
see, it's like we are brainwashed sometimes by whatever is happening around us, and we forget to go for the deeper meanings. And it's really good to have this kind of consultancy, to have, like, a better understanding of what we are communicating with this color or with this logo or with this image. It's really interesting. I love it. Thank you so much.
thank you very much. Thank you so much. And it was actually very interesting because this is the first time I've had a project where normally it is always one entity and everything's under each other. So I love the fact that your brand has two different identities and is really targeting the same person, but in a very clever way, you know. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, for me, it was important to have one entity that was more like B2B, business to business. We focus on making things happen.
Yes.
And the other entity has to be more like content support and removing the perception of like we are trying to sell you something, because it's not the purpose. Even if we include brands, it has to give a value on the journey. So
yes,
I wanted to have two different words, because for me it has to be two different words.
yes, that's correct. So yes, exactly. So your firelight would be your B2C, and your starlight would be the B2B.
B2C. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
very much, Wassila. Lovely speaking to you.
Thank you so much. It was really interesting. And I give you give me 1 month and I will send you again my website and
I
you will tell
would
me.
be more than happy to go over it with you, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice